one-time $10 fee. You can start a longevity business, earn thank you checks, get your products at the wholesale price, and help spread the word about the power and importance of a good nutritional supplement program. They are at 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470. You can also go to my website, brightsideben.com, and take a look at our shopping cart. Click on the Join the Team link. You can also take a look at our shopping cart with all the longevity products. But if you click on the Join the Team link, somebody will get back to you with information for how you can join the Brightside Ben team. Okay, so let's see. It's vegetable, it's digestible. That was Crisco's first marketing slogan. This Crisco is good for you marketing campaign was one of the first classic successful marketing promotional campaigns for processed foods, and the first time really that a processed food was heavily marketed as being better for us than a natural food. The whole idea with Crisco is it was supposed to be better for you than an animal product. This was the glory days of vegetarianism, at least the beginnings of vegetarianism, and then people were starting to get the idea that maybe animal foods were not really good for them, and people like Kellogg's were pushing vegetable kinds of foods, grains, as being heart healthy, as being body healthy. And so Procter & Gamble, William Procter and James Gamble, introduced their synthetic product, synthetic Crisco, as a healthier alternative to cooking with animal fats. They promoted it as being more modern and more high-tech and healthier, more scientific than lard or butter. And then, in a stroke of brilliance, of marketing genius, they published this Crisco cookbook and this promotional piece on what Crisco was and how beneficial Crisco was for your health. It's actually, these days, this Crisco cookbook is considered a collector's item in the advertising world. I have a PDF file of it. I'll be glad to send it to you if you're interested. Just shoot me an email, ben@ksco.com, and give me a few days, and I'll get this out to you. It's kind of interesting, actually. It's interesting how marketing was, what marketers thought of the American public back in the early 1900s, and they haven't really changed their opinion of the American public even today. But this was one of the first times that health was marketed and processed products were marketed as being somehow healthy for you. Long story short, Crisco caught on. Women started using it instead of lard, and P&G, Procter & Gamble, became one of the biggest multinational corporations on the planet. Eventually, they started sponsoring radio shows, and then they started funding research and paying doctors to push their processed products and processed hydrogenated vegetable oils as healthy choices, which, of course, they're still doing. They were the ones who instigated this famous lipid hypothesis, the idea that it's fats and cholesterol in animal products that are responsible for heart disease, and they were the ones who promoted the work of this University of Minnesota heart doctor, this University of Minnesota cardiologist named Ancel Keys, one of the major forces in the history of the lipid hypothesis. In fact, the number one proponent of the idea that eating saturated fats in animal products cause heart disease. This is all, by the way, described in the cover story in Time magazine, Eat Butter. I think it was about 3 weeks ago that came out, maybe a month ago. Right on the cover, Eat Butter. They talked about the history of this lipid hypothesis, and they talked a lot about Ancel Keys and how he kind of fudged the data and how he was funded by the Crisco people. Of course, today we know that heart disease, which was somewhat unheard of when Crisco first came out in 1911, today we know that it's risen to epidemic levels, despite the fact that we're obsessed with staying off of cholesterol and laying off of cholesterol and saturated fats and eating these processed egg beaters and Crisco-type foods. Despite that, heart disease, which was somewhat unheard of at the beginning of the 20th century, is now the leading cause of death a mere 100 years later. Clearly, Crisco and foods of these kinds are anything but cardiac friendly. And this should make sense, considering the fact that the high sugar content of the so-called Ancel Keys diet, the diet that Ancel Keys promoted, the grain and flour and refined carbohydrate diet that these folks promoted, really are the cause of heart disease. So, of course, if we shift ourselves away from animal products and from fats and start eating more breads and pastas, which is what the American Heart Association to this day still recommends, of course, given the fact that sugar and insulin are intimately connected to heart problems, of course we're going to have an epidemic of heart disease. The tremendous rise in sugar consumption via sugar itself and also via grains is really the cause of heart disease, and we can thank Dr. Keyes and we can thank Procter & Gamble, when we can thank Crisco and we can thank the lipid hypothesis, as well as Big Pharma and Big Farm for that matter, because they're the ones partially who are involved in promoting the idea that we should be eating more grains and vegetable oils. And by the way, grain oil, the oils we eat are not really vegetable oils, they're more grain oils, even though they call them vegetable oil. So anyway, we can thank these guys for our epidemic of heart disease and the fact that heart disease is now the leading cause of death in this country. As we've said so many times before on this program, insulin, sugar, refined carbohydrates are connected to elevations in blood cholesterol. This is really the problem when it comes to cholesterol. It's not the cholesterol itself, it's the sugar that causes the rise in cholesterol. You lower your sugar intake, and then you won't have to make as much insulin. That alone is going to be a huge step towards reducing the likelihood of heart disease. That also means you're going to be supporting pancreatic health. Pancreas is where insulin is made, and the less insulin it has to make, the healthier it's going to be, the more resources it's going to have available for digestion. So the less sugar you eat, the lower your insulin, the healthier your pancreas is going to be, and the less cholesterol your liver will have to make. What's it going to be? Do you want to poison your liver to have it stop making cholesterol, or do you want to change your diet to have your liver stop making cholesterol? Ask your doctor. What's it going to be, Doc? Do I really need a statin drug to poison my body to stop making cholesterol? Or isn't there a dietary strategy that can allow me to naturally and healthfully reduce my blood cholesterol? If he doesn't know, find a doctor who does, or even better, have your doctor listen to The Bright Side, and we'll tell him. Think cholesterol, think blood sugar, think insulin, lower blood sugar, lower insulin, lower cholesterol. They're all connected. And then you've got the connection between arginine, which is the amino acid that we've been talking about for the last month, and cardiovascular health issues. And arginine and cholesterol. Arginine is a building substance, and it has a major role to play in how we process sugar. It is one of the most important nutritional supplements for a diabetic. It's one of the most important nutritional supplements anybody could take for a lot of reasons, but especially because it will help us process sugar. Arginine is a major player in making the body and making cells more sensitive to insulin. That means you don't have to make as much insulin. Increasing insulin sensitivity means your body doesn't have to make as much insulin, and that's always a good thing. Arginine is a must-have nutritional supplement for diabetics and for pre-diabetics, and pretty much all of us are pre-diabetic. No matter what you hear from the doctor, no matter what your test scores say, no matter what your blood sugar tests say, and by the way, blood sugar tests are one of the silliest ways to determine whether you're having a blood sugar problem or not. You want to have your insulin checked. Now, that's different. Nobody ever tests that. Arginine owes much of its anti-aging properties, and its anti-aging properties are legendary to the fact that it helps the body process insulin and process sugar. And there's lots more, too. Argine's got tremendous anti-aging benefits, tremendous growth and building benefits, tremendous cardiovascular benefits, tremendous liver health benefits, and we will cover all of those on our next Bright Side episode. We're coming back with your phone calls at 855-660-4261. I am Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back after this.
This is big! Not just big, it's the Freeze Dry Guy's Giant Factory Authorized Sale. This month, save 30 to 45% off on number 10 cans of high-quality Mountain House freeze-dried foods from the Freeze Dry Guy. Factory fresh stock just arrived, so now is the time to stock up with the finest, best-tasting, longest-proven shelf-life foods in the industry at giant savings of 30 to 45% off. But hurry, supplies are limited to only the stock we have on hand. Call 866-404-3663. Free shipping to the lower 48 states. Click freezedryguy.com or call 866-404-3663. That's freezedryguy.com. Hurry, the Giant Factory Authorized Mountain House sale is going on now, only from the Freeze Dry Guy, the finest freeze-dried and dehydrated foods available anywhere for long-term storage.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right. General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for $35,000. You heard right. That's 5,000 square feet for $35,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100-foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait. So call 866-91-STEEL. Lock in your price now. Call 866-91-STEEL. That's 866-917-8335.
We live in a complicated society. Stressful issues are always popping up. Have you ever been treated unfairly by someone? Have you ever been overcharged for a repair? Have you ever signed a contract or a document worried about identity theft? How many times have you been in those unique situations where you just wanted to call an attorney to find out if you're right or wrong, or what your legal rights are? But every time you think about calling an attorney, what do you think about first? That's right. Who do you call, and how much will it cost? Our friends at Legal Shield have found a solution. With a nationwide network of 6,900 attorneys who average 19 years of experience, Legal Shield's law firms take over 40,000 calls per week helping their members. For less than $20 per month, you can have access to Legal Shield on everything from the trivial to the traumatic. Let Legal Shield stand up for your rights at lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com. Or call 855-340-SAVE, 855-340-7283.
Results will vary from case to case.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows. Pause and rewind live TV. Even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
What good is a Big Berkey water filter?
We get that question a lot here at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. And in a word, the answer is protection. Protection from water main breaks, E. coli contamination, environmental chemical spills, pesticide runoff, chlorine taste and smell, and all forms of fluoride. Plus, Big Berkey water filters are the original gravity water filter system and most trusted on the market for a reason. Tested by multiple independent NSF EPA certified labs, they are the gold standard in water purification. At only 1.7 cents a gallon, a single set of filters can last for 5 to 10 years. That means big savings. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get a Big Berkey today at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. GCN listeners receive 5% off all ceramic filter systems. Visit our website or call 1-877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
Headlines, suspensions, FCC investigations. That's Mancow for you. Hear him here. GCN.
All right, we are back on the bright side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. On our next episode, we'll continue talking about the importance of arginine, its relationship to disease, and especially its relationship to what was called at one time, may still be called, the molecule of the year. That's something called nitric oxide. Really, really stupendously important molecule. We'll also talk about arginine and wound healing as well. If you're going into surgery, you're pre-surgery and post-surgery, using arginine supplements can help you recover, can help accelerate the healing process. This is especially important if you have burns or you have some kind of plastic surgery done. We'll talk about all that as we continue discussing super amino acid arginine on the bright side. Okay, 855-660-4261 is our number. Let's go off to Ohio and welcome Ian to the bright side. What's up, Ian? How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, Ben?
Doing good. What's cooking?
Good. I actually had two questions.
Sure.
One I think is of a little more importance, so I'd like to start with that. My friend, she has been having issues with syncope.
Oh, okay.
Like,
fainting?
She's having like
fainting spells?
Fainting.
How old's your friend?
She's 24.
Oh my goodness.
She first had it when she was 16. She was on track. And,
syncope's not her. Syncope's not her problem. Syncope is a sign of her problem. Syncope is